Let's go bro, game terakhir ya. MV lawan Fnatic Onic Philippines.
Before he can turn the game around.
Panik King Kong langsung di ban guys ya.
Will come out on top here, ladies and gentlemen, as we jump into the final game of the series. Is it going to be Monster Vicious or Fnatic Onic Philippines?
Something that has to be noted here is for Monster Vicious to do well, Nova Escobar needs to do well, and that's a very difficult task for him to do. As we can see, early in the early stages of the game here in mid, Nova Escobar and Martizi is getting chunked down quite a bit, and we also have to look at Uni. If Uni is able to actually find Prince and find Kelra, which I guess it's not hard to find Kelra because more often than not, Kelra will be the one in your face.
Yeah, I think both teams this time have a more straight up front to back lineup, right? Where in that case, I think MV actually has a slight advantage if they're able to pair up the Midwind Fury with Bridge in place here. But Fnatic Onic have a pretty good amount of mobility, especially on Kelra. So if he's able to avoid the general AoE, he's the one doing all the damage.
Yeah, right now, Fnatic Onic looks like they're actually winning most of their lanes. The EXP looks like Kurt is able to freeze the lane in the mid, and in the mid lane itself, Martizi is getting chunked down so much. So only looking at the gold lane where Ruff can overextend his midpoint of the lane. So Fnatic Onic, they actually have a very good early game here, making it so that they have an advantage over the turtle.
Yeah, they're playing 4+1. Taunt gonna find one Sanguine Claws, pull Zeno back. A good knockout from Nova Escobar. Revitalize and Flicker being used. Zeno gonna survive all of that, but he's not gonna be around for the turtle.
Yeah, now this is gonna be very difficult for Uni, as Uni will try to steal this wave. But look at Brusco. Brusco is just trying to zone him away, and Uni probably gets caught there. Uni is in a bad situation.
King Kong dapat sih.
He tried to go in to steal turtle away, but it was surrounded. 1v4, first blood going over to Fnatic. King Kong immediately translates over to trying to steal the purple. Zeno is here to stop him, and will Fnatic Onic? Yep, they'll just back it off here.
This is the theme Staffar all the way through these 3 games, is that Fnatic Onic, they win the early. Monster Vicious lose the early because they're, I don't know, confident, maybe a little bit too confident, or just straight up making bad decisions where that was clearly a loss in the turtle pit and you still want to go for it.
Oh, so close! Actually, that's killing King Kong. 1 damage away from taking out Ruff, but Nova was there to stop it, and actually did manage to force out a Flicker from Briscoe as well. So Ruff doing a good job here.
Yeah. No major advantages for any teams for now. Fnatic Onic is 500 gold ahead, but again, 500 gold is very negligible in this stage of the game. So both teams, this is not like game number 1, game number 2, where it's really one-sided. 1 kill over to Fnatic Onic, but not that big of a deal so far. This is good for Monster Vicious because Ruff really wants to scale up.
Uh-oh, Martizi in trouble. Has to Flicker out. Otherwise would have lost their passive there, and preferably would want to keep that for another team fight.
Yeah, now Uni has to absorb the minion wave because Martizi really can't get much here. It's a sacrifice that Monster Vicious has chosen, because Nova Escobar has to make sure that Ruff stays alive, because we've seen in the previous 2 games, Fnatic Onic, they really like ganking that gold lane. So it's a good choice coming in from Monster Vicious, but Martizi is taking the brunt.
Yeah, Magic Glacier lands on 3. King Kong actually missed his Spear of Alpha on the Sanguine Claws.
Gila, Uni mahal sih Uni. Tanpa kalian sadari Uninya mahal guys tadi guys.
So that may end up costing them, because the MV jungle will still be alive to contest the turtle.
Now, speaking of turtle, Fnatic Onic, they are contesting it. Uni now having the hunt strike. Looks like this time Uni isn't going to go for that turtle, instead just going for his buff.
Dapat guys ya.
Yeah, I think that would be wise here. Don't want to give too much more over to Fnatic Onic, since you already spent a lot of resources right beforehand. 2k lead for the red side, still not too bad, but also not ideal.
Yep. Monster Vicious, Fnatic Onic, now they actually have 2,000 gold. So this is a very big change after getting 1 turtle. And now this is the macro play coming in from the Philippines. Oh, Nova Escobar.
Amazing Sandstorm lands on Nova Escobar. Midwind Fury actually cancelled. He died before he could finish. And that means that the orange buff will go over to the side of Fnatic Onic. King Kong able to steal it away. No additional casualties.
Yeah, this is overall amazing for Fnatic Onic Philippines because Monster Vicious, they're having difficulty of getting map control, and Fnatic Onic, they're being very disciplined not to get so many kills because you don't want to give shutdown gold, because that's the mistake that King Kong did in game number 1, giving the shutdown gold over to Monster Vicious, elevated from 1 items all the way to 3. So they really want to avoid that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's all about macro and map control. Taunt from Kirk, catches Xeno, but he's tanky enough, and Fnatic Onic doesn't want to commit just yet. Sanguine Claws catches Martizi yet again. And all this while, King Kong's coming in, stealing the jungle away. You can see how well they're controlling map against MV.
This is like really bringing us back to the playstyle of the Philippines. 6 minutes in, 4,000 gold lead, only 2 kills. This is how you play the macro game and stealing away all of the farm from your opponents. King Kong taking a little bit of damage. Xeno is chasing after him, but as we can see, King Kong can dish back the damage.
Wait,
Xeno already picked off Minwen Fury, only lands on 2, unfortunately. And is already 2-man down. Make that 3 as Novak's Kobar gonna be picked off. Ruff comes in, join the mid lane.
Yeah,
but Fnatic Onic have their eyes set on this mid-tier 1, and doesn't seem like MV is gonna be able to stop them. In fact, they're gonna expand that lead to stealing away the orange buff too.
Yeah, the way that Fnatic Onic moves with the minions is very impressive. Oh, Super Friends wants it, and Super Friends gets it.
Beautiful snipe there from the Sicilian. We're really getting to see a revitalizing impact of this hero.
Yeah, and so far no one has over 3 kills, so again, very good discipline coming in from Fnatic Onic. I can see King Kong forcing himself not to go for the kill against Uni because he's already at 2 kills. Getting that third one could potentially give back the lead over to Monster Vicious. Something that Super Friends has to be careful of, unless they're really sure that Monster Vicious has no way of penetrating the backline. And now Fnatic Onic, they're so much ahead that 7 minutes in, Super Friends now is taking over the purple buff, making sure that he can basically fight at any point of the game.
Super Friends.
We have a bit of an instant replay here, seeing the flicker into the bad impact, and while we're jumped back in, Avatar the Guardian zones out MV, Frigid Glacier missed, wasted. The Blade Surge also not going to connect, as Fnatic Onic just being totally oppressive, forcing MV back into their base already 8 minutes in. A nice stun on King Kong, but not enough damage. And Fnatic Onic are making sure MV cannot hit that Holy Crystal power spike.
Yeah, Nova Escobar just finished at 8 minutes, just got his Blast of the Oasis. Kinda too late, and again, this is the risk of having a Minotaur. You're really not that tanky, and your first item is a magic item. Oh, look at Martizi.
Yeah, King Kong with Spirit Alpha almost picks him up by yourself. Meanwhile, Fury committed use, actually picks up King Kong here. Sandstorm knocks up too, but it's actually a lot of damage here as the Minotaur gonna be able to set things up, but Ruff abandoned by his lonesome, walking just a bit too far. 4 members of Onyx still alive. Avatar of the Guardian stolen, used to jump in and zone out Martizi and Uni. Fnatic Onic have their eyes on the prize here. They could end the game before Ruff ever becomes a threat.
Siapa itu Uni ya? Mahal banget Kelra.
Just follows up and gets the last hit in. It bought enough time for the rest of MV to respawn, so Fnatic Onic will walk out after taking another inhibitor.
Ruff was abandoned, but at the same time, I feel like that was the right call. Ruff overzealously just entropies forward. And he didn't even have his Stardom Scythe at that point. So Ruff was heavily under-equipped for that fight. So I like the energy, I like the passion that he had in that fight, but he should have been a little bit more careful because he didn't have the items to just burst them down quickly. Like, the time has stupid damage, but it's not the time yet.
Yeah, it's gone a bit way too out of hand at this stage. That is a nearly 12k gold lead before the 10-minute mark. Fnatic Onic have taken over so fast.
Yeah, and again, like, this is the kind of game that you really need to study of how the macro decisions that they have, getting all these free objectives without getting a lot of kills. Super Friends is the only one with over 3 kills, and he's playing very safely. Like, look at his positioning. He's getting the purple buff, and he's so far away from the rest of the members of Fnatic Onic Philippines that if someone else gets caught, he won't get caught with them.
It's just so oppressive the way they position. Just look at the damage.
Sakit banget deh. Wah, astaga langsung mati.
They actually got him killing spree for Kelra. And with that, the chances of Envy defending dwindling quickly.
Terus kok mahal. Wah, mati guys, bro. Tapi udah end sih harusnya. End gak sih bang? Sumpah lah bang lu. Bah, udah dah. GG guys. Mahal. Oke lah, kita lanjut ke match selanjutnya ya. Bye bye.